know some of y'all here, but for those of y'all who don't know me, I'm Eric Flannery. I'm a Navy veteran. I'm the proprietor of a neighborhood restaurant bar here in Washington, D.C. called The Big Board. We've been open for about 10 years thanks to the wonderful support of our clientele and my fantastic coworkers. We've always been a place where everybody's welcome. You can ask that for the people who are in here that have been there before. In December 21, the Mayor of Washington, D.C. implemented executive orders that required we check customers' personal medical records and our servers remain masked at all times. Did a little soul searching and we decided we're just not going to participate in that. We're not agents of the government, and my servers are not second-class citizens that need to be masked when everybody else around them is unmasked, eating and drinking. Just doesn't make any sense. The reaction from the city was swift and severe. Inside of 3 weeks, our liquor license, health license, and basic business license were revoked by the city. And due to the emergency nature of the orders that were issued, we weren't allowed the right to appeal. So we weren't allowed the right to appeal right here in the capital city of the United States of America. It's not how our government of the people, for the people, and by the people is supposed to work. It's un-American. Could we have complied? Maybe, but honestly, I have to look myself in the mirror and like the person who's looking back at me. And you know what, I still do, and I can. And through all of this, I remain hopeful that the big board's gonna reopen and the right thing is going to be done. Is it with risk? Yes. Might not. Might lose my business. I've already lost my life savings. And I don't know. We're just not going to participate in any state-sponsored discrimination of any kind. We just won't.
Agree.
It's just immoral. Crazy thing is not only is it immoral, these mandates, they're also illegal. And Mr. Robert Alt here, who's my lawyer, a fantastic guy who took this on when nobody else would. Incredibly intelligent and very brave. Thank you, Robert.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to represent clients like Eric. I think back to my days at Heritage. My former colleague here, David Azarad, who now teaches, he's a professor at Hillsdale College, has defined courage as the bold and principled defiance of the lies of the age. And I think that's what we've seen Eric do here and what he has in spades. So DC ended its vaccine mandate for restaurants on February 15th, and Monday of this week was the last day for the mask mandate in restaurants. So if you go around the city, restaurants are open. They're no longer checking vaccine cards. They're no longer requiring masks. That was the basis that was used to cite Eric Flannery and the Big Board, and yet the Big Board remains closed today. Mr. Flannery, as he mentioned, is a Navy veteran who was singled out simply because he spoke up and said the words, "Everyone is welcome." Now, as to his legal claims, DC has operated under a state of emergency for 2 years. 2 years. That's not an emergency, that's a full term of Congress. They've renewed and stacked these emergency orders one on top of the other, and the effect of this has been not only to exceed the 90-day limit, but in doing so, DC has evaded the requirements of the Home Rule Charter that ensure that Congress can conduct meaningful oversight of DC laws. Additionally, DC law specifies that appeals are prohibited during the state of emergency. This functionally closes courthouse doors during the entirety of the 2-year pandemic. This perpetual use of emergency powers has deprived my client of his constitutional rights, and on that basis, the Buckeye Institute has filed multiple demand letters as well as a motion for reconsideration with the D.C. agencies that have revoked Mr. Flannery's operating and liquor licenses. In particular, our motion for reconsideration, the government is required to respond by tomorrow, so stay tuned.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.